Hello everybody, my name is nuttycivicsi, and today I'm going to be showing you how to record PlayStation 3 gameplay with an Elgato HD60. The reason this is such a big deal is because this is one of the few consoles you actually cannot record with an Elgato. There is a way to bypass it, and I don't really know why, it's just not really a thing. There is something you can buy now, and it's like something that Elgato actually made, but this is another way to do it if you just want, I guess just a way around. I think it's also a little cheaper, so yeah, there's also that. But anyway, let's get right into it. So, some things you're going to need, I know the lighting's kind of terrible in here, there we go, makes it a little better. Some things you're going to need is, well, an Elgato, but this is more here just to show you where the HDMIs go. But this is the big thing. So this is an REI HDMI splitter, basically just an HDMI splitter. You can get other HDMI splitters just at a store or whatever, but I find this one works the best, and this one guaranteed works. So if you want one that guaranteed works, I recommend this one. I'll put an Amazon buy link in the description below. I think it's around $24.99 Canadian. Which, I mean, you know, you might say, oh, that's kind of a lot. But, it's, you know, it's not that bad for what you're doing. So you're bypassing something that shouldn't be possible. So, I mean, it's not that bad. If you really want to record it, it's totally worth it. So, yeah. And then the second thing, or the third thing, I guess, is you're going to need 3 HDMI cables, which I have down here. Let me turn on my... There we go. Not the best source of lighting, but it's all I can get. So you're gonna need 3 HDMI. So I got them right here. We got the first one right here, that one, and that one. That one's actually plugged into the PS3, but we'll talk about that in a second. The reason I got them all down here is because they're all behind my TV, and I will show you where they're going. I just didn't want to rip them all out, is all. So yeah, let's get started setting it up. Well, the first thing you're gonna want to do to set this bad boy up is, sorry, just getting comfy here, is you're gonna need to power it. So it comes with a little, I couldn't get that off the wire. It comes with a little power supply. It's just like this little plug, and it's got that at the end. So just plug that into it. It goes in this side here, right, focus right there. It's hard to see because it's all black, but you'll know. It's the only plug in there. So there we go, it goes in there, and then this can just plug into the wall. There we go, just right like that. So now this should be on. So for some people, there will be a light right beside the wire, kind of like there. For me, I don't have that light, but it's okay. If you don't have that light or have that light, it's totally fine. As soon as you plug it in, it'll just start working, and you will see why, or how you know that in a second. So let's start with the first HDMI here. So let's do the PS3 one first, I guess. So, because that's the easiest. So the first one you want to plug right into the back of your PS3. So this is the PS3. So plug the first one right into the back, and then this side you want to plug into, I know this is a little messy, but it's the only way I can really do it with my room and all that. So this one you want to plug into the one right beside the power cable. It says HDMI output on, oh there we go, focus. It says HDMI output on it. So you want to plug that into there. So here you go. So here's what it looks like when you plug the PS3 in. Now there should be a red light there. If there's not a red light there, you did something wrong. And also remember that in order to see that red light, you need to actually have the other side plugged into something too. Because here, I'll just show you, if I unplug this, the red light goes off too. And now if I plug it back in, there, the red light should come back on. There's a red light. Okay, so sometimes it's a little fidgety, but just, you know, try it a couple times and the red light should come on. And I have a different one. Mine has like a little switch here instead of the light, like I said. So it could also just be mine, but whatever. Either way, when you see the red light, you're good to go. So now you might be asking, well, what about the other two? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you about that. So let's set that down there for now. And now the other two are going to be going into 2 places. One is your TV, and the other is your Elgato. So let's do the TV first. So the TV one you want to put into HDMI output number 2, which is that one there. Yes, I know, we're starting with number 2 first, that's weird. So this HDMI is going straight into my TV. I'll show you that in a second. So if I go behind my TV here, oh my god, you can't see anything. Basically, well, you really can't see anything back there. Okay, well, either way, I'll just show you from here, I guess. This HDMI here is going straight into the back of my TV. It's super dark back there, never really noticed. And as you can see, boom, we already got video right on the TV. So there you go, I guess you know it works now. But you can't record yet. This is just putting it on the TV. This is basically if you took a normal HDMI and plugged it into your TV. That's all it's doing because it's just going through that box. So now I'm going to show you how to record it. Basically, you're just letting the Elgato join the party. So here's what you can do with the Elgato. So when you have everything plugged in your Elgato, this is what you want it to look like. So the little one is the micro USB that comes with the Elgato. That just plugs into your computer, or in this case, I'm going to use a Mac to record it. Just plugs in via USB. You'll see when I set up the Mac too. And then you want a HDMI going into the input. Yeah, sorry, you want a USB going into the input. Now you do not need a USB going to the output. This is usually where your TV would go, and you do not need that. So this is good for the Elgato. This is all you need. So we're going to set that back down. So now we need to worry about the other side of the HDMI. So this is the lost HDMI, the third one. So here it is right here. And it goes to the only hole left, really, and that's HDMI output number 1. So I'm going to put that in. There you go. You're all set up. So basically, when you see all the lights there, you're good to go. And like I said, for some there'll be a light here too. Mine doesn't have that, but that's okay. So once there's 3 lights, you have it all hooked up, you're good to go. So just to refresh your memory, this one down here beside the power cable is going into the PS3. This one in HDMI output 1 is going into the Elgato's input slot. And then the output 2 is going into your TV. So, with that in your memory, and if you got it all set up, now we're going to move to the computer. Okay, so now you got everything set up. You got the HDMI splitter set up, 3 HDMIs, power supply, PS3 is on. It's coming up on your TV. Now here's what you got to do on your computer. So in my case, I'm using a Mac. So you want to open up your Elgato game capture. So open that up. We'll open, there it is. And now, might just come up on its own. There it is. Okay, so it takes a second, but as you can see, it's already on the screen. But here's what you want to do for settings. So, now here's where things get a little weird. Let me wait for that to focus there. There we go. Now here's where things get a little weird. So the input device, you either want to have it set to Xbox 360 or PlayStation 4. Now, both of these work, but it kind of depends. It's a little weird. Now, what I recommend is doing a test recording on both, and also make sure your mic's plugged in and talk into the mic to make sure the sound's going through too. Because sometimes I would do a test recording and the sound wouldn't go through, which is why I use Xbox 360, because that was the issue. So yeah, basically just do a test recording on PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360 and see which one's better, I guess. So to do the test recording, basically just launch up a game, start recording, make sure your voice recording's on with your mic, and make sure the game's making sounds, say random stuff in the mic, and make sure it all sounds good. So do that for both of them, and then whatever one just is better, use that one. So Xbox 360 works better for me, so I'm going to use that. For input, you want to use HDMI. HDMI color range, just standard. Profile, set that to 720p, because you can do 1080p, but I don't think it works. Or wait. Actually, no. Don't do 1080p. I think it might mess it up. What I was thinking about is allow 60 FPS. You can have that on, but it doesn't do anything because you can only have 30 FPS. But make sure this is on 720p, 100%. And then the rest of the stuff, but quality just, you know, wherever, and the rest of the stuff should be fine. All this stuff you don't need to worry about, like all of the stuff up here. So yeah, after you're all done that, click OK. And then it should be good. So if you guys want to know for sure, grab your controller. I'm using a PS4 controller because all my PS3 controllers are broken. Well, they're not broken, but they all just don't really work. So if I log into my account here, I press X, so on the TV it'll go, and then on here it'll go. It is delayed, of course, but still. So like if I do this, you know, and you can see the little sound. Oh my god, the focus is terrible. So when I do it, you can see the little sound going up, which is how you know that the sound is working. So there you go. Actually, if I set this here for a second, I can actually turn it on so you guys can hear it. Turn it up. So now, if I do it, you guys can actually hear the sound. You guys can do that too if you want to test the sound. So there you go. And if you want to make sure your voice works with it, obviously just turn on the voice recording, like the commentary. Grab your mic. You can probably hear me from here, but I'll grab it and just talk into it. Hello, hello. And you can see the voice going up there, and it also goes up with the game capture there. So yeah, you can turn that off. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once you got it all working, you're good to go. You record, and then when you're recording, it's basically just like recording anything else. It's basically like recording PS4, Xbox, or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how I recorded the Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon series. So if that looked good to you, then there you go. I guess that's proof, actually. I never really thought of that. So if you want proof, maybe go watch a couple minutes of one of them. I'm not trying to like plug my videos or anything. Just if you guys want to see what it looks like, I used this method to record those videos, so there you go. And I've only had one mess up so far, and I don't know why, but yeah, still 1 out of 6, that ain't too bad. But anyway, yeah, that should be it. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to click that like button, click the subscribe button down below, and also click the notification bell if you want to see every time I upload and or live stream. And if this helped you out, be sure to leave a comment. I would love to know that helped you guys out. And also, if you have any issues, don't be afraid to leave a comment, and I'll answer you as soon as possible, and I'll help you out however I can. But yeah, that'll be it. I'll see you all on the next video. Goodbye.